गुरुरेव घति गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरुः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मातिरस्ति गुरो मम पाहि गुरो सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमभेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. We are seeing Srimad Bhagavata Purana and we are seeing Canto 5. And in the Canto 5, we are seeing the story of Bharata Maharaj. Bharata Maharaj was a great ruler. He ruled this land. And only after his rulership, this great land was called as Bharata. And after ruling this land for some time, he retired to the forest to attain Bhagavan. There he was attached to a deer. And because of that attachment, in the next birth, he took birth as a deer. But because of his punya bhala, he remembered everything very vividly, and he stayed near the ashrama so that he got that vibes of spirituality in that birth as deer. So after that birth as deer, he took birth as a human being, as a brahmana. In that birth, he wandered alone and he pretended to be deaf and dumb because he doesn't want anyone to disturb him. So people call him as Jada Bharata or Jada Brahmana. He was always reflecting on Atma. And at one time, he happened to meet the Raja of Sindhu and Sauvira, Raja Rahugana, and he demanded or commanded this Jada Bharata to lift his palanquin properly. And he did not do it because he doesn't want to hurt any insect or anything going on the ground, because he doesn't feel any separation from that insect or himself, because he was always in that Brahmi consciousness. And so he didn't lift that palanquin properly. And so the Raja got very angry and he yelled at him, shouting that I am your master and you're my servant, but still you're not listening to my command. How dare you are like that? Raja said to Jada Bharata, and for that Jada Bharata said to Raja that, Maharaj, this entire creation is Atma. You have to identify with Atma. If you identify with the body and mind, then you will see all these differences. I identify with my Atma, so whatever you tell about my body or mind or anything, I do not care because it doesn't affect me like this. Jada Bharata said to King Rahugana. And hearing all this, Rahugana said, who are you, Brahmana? You talk about such a great thing. You talk about knowledge. Who are you? And he just climbed down from the palanquin and he requested the Brahmana to tell more about the Atma, to give him more about that knowledge. And Jada Bharata, that is this Brahmana, he said, this body, Maharaj, is a moving lump of earth, that's all. And on the palanquin which you are sitting, it is a lump of wood. So a lump of earth is placed on a lump of wood, that's all. For that, you are telling that I am the master and you are the servant, and you do not even pay properly these palanquin bearers. And you say that you protect the people as being a king. So you have to identify with the Atma. The Atma is supreme, and the identification is with the body and mind is not true. It is the identification with something unreal. So that Atma has to be respected, and it has to be, a person has to identify himself as Atma, not with the body and mind. And the Brahmana said, this earth itself, they are all different particles, but it came together by the support of Bhavan, who is Atma, who is residing in all of us. And he said the nature of Atma, Yevam krisham sthulam manum brihatyad asat sajjeevam ajeevam anyat dravya swabhavasaya kala karma namna ajaya vehi kritam dvidiyam. So whatever that type of body it may be krisham, slim, stoolam, very stable body, very big body, or anu, very small, brihat, very big like mountain, sat or asat, it may be the cause or effect, jivam, it may be living, or ajiva, non-living, dravyam, it is matter, whatever it may be. The people who are the philosophers and the great sages, they call this body or this matter by different names. They call this matter as kala, time, or karma, that is action. They may call it as prakriti, pradhana, or whatever it may be, but it lives by the support of Atma, and the Atma resides in it. And he also said about the nature of Atma, Jnanam vishuddham paramartameham anantaram tvabhir brahma satyam pratyak prashantam bhagavat shabda sagyam yadvasudevam kavayo vadanti. The great sages say this Atma as Jnanam, knowledge, Vishuddham, pure, Ekam, non-dual, Anantaram, indefinite, and Paramartha means that absolute reality, Brahma Satyam, this is the only truth, Pratyak Prashantam, it is that Prashantam, very calm, and it is Vasudeva that lives, or that which is present in all beings. Here Vasudeva does not mean the Rupa of Bhagavan. Vasudeva means one who lives in all beings. Like this, Kavayo Vadanti, the people or the great sages say like this. So this knowledge has to be attained only from holy man. You can do the rituals, you can do any other karma, you can do puja, dhyana, or whatever it may be. But all that lead one to this holy man. So it is the holy man who can impart one the knowledge of Atma. And Jadabharata said about his own story to King Rahugana. He said that, Rajan, once upon a time, I was King Bharata. I was that king. And I left everything to worship Bhagavan and I went to the forest. There in the forest, I got attached to a deer. Because of that, the next Janma, I took birth as a deer. And because of my punya karmas, I could remember everything vividly, all that knowledge and whatever I thought, I understood about Bhagavan, everything I remembered very vividly. And in that Janma, I did not have any acquaintance with anyone because I was afraid of this attachment. And I observed the rishis. I was staying near the ashram of a rishi and I observed them. And because of all my punya karmas, in the next Janma, that is in this Janma, I took birth as a Brahmana and I remembered everything vividly. So I did not mingle with anyone all the time. I was meditating on Atma. And that is a man has to identify with the Atma. To get this knowledge, one needs the help of a holy man. One cannot get this knowledge by dana, dharma, or by doing sacrifices or anything. Such precious is this knowledge. So one identify with their body and mind and completely forget their own nature, their own spiritual nature. So, Rajan, what you say is that I am the master, you are the servant, all these are just Maya. So, ignore all this, Rajan, said the Brahmana or Jada. And he also said a story that the story of the forest of samsara. He said that people, that is the jiva, enter in the forest of samsara thinking that they will find happiness. So, in search of happiness, they wander here and there. They wander to all the places thinking that it will give them happiness. But they do not get happiness. In return, they get only misery, worry, everything. They are directed by the sattva, rajas, and tama guna in them. And they see the mirage and run after it thinking that that is happiness. Only after that, what they do is they land in the dry river only. They will not find happiness. So that is the plight of a jiva. He wants, in search of happiness and search of help, he just begged to his relatives and friends, and in return he gets only insult, and he is ridiculed by all. But what to do? One has to cross over this Maya. All this is done by Maya. And in that journey in the samsara, some people with him will leave him. He has to carry on with that journey. So he will carry on. Some people will join him. Along with them, he will take up that journey. And he will go round and round, just like how our children go in the merry-go-round. He never knows the destination, or he do not remember his starting point. Without knowing both, he just takes birth, rebirth, and he goes round and round. That is the plight of the jiva. And Rahuguna Rajan, you are also one among them. You are going round and round without knowing the destination, or you do not know where you have come from. So, Rajan, leave all this and meditate on the Atma, identify with the Atma, and realize that you are that supreme being and you are not different from the supreme being. Please understand it, realize it, and leave the rest. Like this, the Brahmana advised King Rahugana, and he went in his own way. King Rahugana also carried on with his journey. And explaining this story to King Parikshit, Shuka Brahmarishi says that it is the power of Maya, that is the power of the Supreme Being, that makes the jiva to involve in samsara. It is the play of the Maya. And the three gunas of the Prakriti, that is the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, makes this jiva to identify with the body and mind. And the jiva thinks that it is body and mind and performs all the karmas based on it. The mind, along with the senses, that is the power to see, the power to hear, the power to smell, the power to taste, and the power of touch, along with this, the mind dilutes the jiva. It makes the jiva, emphasizes that this jiva is that body and mind, and by that the jiva thinks that it is this body and mind and performs all the karmas. Actually, it is the mind, the organs of action, and the senses that performs the karma and drags the jiva in that direction. But the jiva is deluded by it. So one has to understand the difference between Atma and Anatma and realize one's being as Atma. This Jiva is Atma. That Jiva is not different from the Supreme Being. One has to realize it. Only then he get liberation. Sukha Brahmarishi said that this is the will of God, and that jiva, it takes rebirths after rebirth. Being deluded, it takes repeated rebirths. Only by the grace of the holy man or by the grace of Bhagavan himself, this journey, this indefinite journey is cut short. Or otherwise, this jiva has to take rebirth after rebirth. And Shukra Brahmarishi said that Getting this human birth itself is very rare. After getting this human birth, one should not spend it for any other purpose. Actually, this human birth, there is a person born on earth, is to realize his real nature and attain liberation. That is the purpose of the human birth. After being born in this earth, or in the taking this human birth, he has to support this body till he attains liberation, isn't it? Only for that he has to perform some karma, and he may earn money, and by that he can support this life. But in the long run, when the yugas went on, what happened is people completely forgot about their spiritual nature. They completely forgot about this part of life, and they are spending the entire life in earning money, in earning name, fame, everything, forgetting their spiritual nature. So that is the main problem with the people today, said Shuka Brahmarshi. So he said to Raja Parishit, one must realize that he is that infinite Atma. He is not different from it, and one should not identify with the body and mind, said Shuka Brahmarshi to Raja Parikshit. And Shuka Brahmarshi said that, hearing all this, the Parikshit Maharaja said that getting a human birth is the best among all the births in any realm of existence. There are different realms of existence. In all that existence, getting this human birth is precious, because only in this human birth one gets the chance to meet the holy man. Only when we meet the holy man, we come to realize that we are that spiritual being and not this body and mind. And Jada Bharata, he went his own way. And even when he was a deer itself, he worshipped Bhagavan with this mantra, Yajnaya Dharma Padaye Vidinai Punaya Yogaya Sankhya Shirase Pragadishwaraya Narayanaya Haraye Namayit Hasyan Mrugadvamabiya Samudhajahara. You are Bhagavan, you are the Yajna, that is, you are the Rupa of the Yajnas. Dharma Pade, you give the fruit for that Dharma. Vidhi Naipunaya, Vidhi Naipunaya, that is, you follow that dharma also. Yogaya, you are that yoga, you follows yoga. Sankhya Shirase, and you follow the jnana also. Pragadishwaraya, you are the controller of this Prakriti. Narayanaya, you rest in all the beings. Haraye, you destroy the difficulties and miseries of all beings. Nama. Like this, he said, Iti udharam samudajahara. He said this majestically while leaving his body. So, like that, he just continuously meditated on Bhagavan and identified with his Atma, and he left this body. So, that is the end of Jada Bharata, who was the Bharata Maharaj who ruled this great land. In his line came King Gaya. King Gaya was also a very intelligent person, a very knowledgeable person, identified with Atma. He ruled the nation with Swadharma. That is, everyone liked him. Everyone liked him to the extent that the people in the neighboring kingdoms, they all gave 1/6 of their money as a tribute to King Gaya. So powerful was that king, and he was free of all desires. He ruled the kingdom without any ego, absolutely without any ego, and he was worshipped even by the Brahmanas. So after Bharata, the king, after generations, the king Gaya ruled this great land. So the line of Priya brother comes to an end with this King Gaya. And Mahabharata, it says that after many generations, in this line of Bharata, or in this line of Priyabrata, was born Santanu Maharaj. And his generation was Pandava and Kauravas. So powerful was this Priya brother and his generation. And more powerful and more auspicious is Bhagavan himself was born in this line of Priya brother as King Rishabha. So, and next is Bharata Maharaj. So, this line of Priya brother, who is the son of Swayambhuva Manu, is a very powerful and auspicious line. And Bhagavata says that whoever reads the story of Bharata Maharaj or listen to it or read it, listen to it or hear it, all their wishes will be satisfied by Bhagavan. So such auspicious is this line of Priyavrata. With this ends the line of Priyavrata in Srimad Bhagavada Purana. In my next upload, I will continue with the next chapter in the Canto 5 of Srimad Bhagavada Mahapurana. Om Namo Narayana Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.